This Chazor Zeichen Ishbach Shagar and Yehuda Mesachas Chullin Daf Pei. Rabbi Yehuda said that a kvi is its own unique species of animal, and the Chum could not determine whether it's a type of chay or a type of behema. Rav Nachman said that a kvi is what we know as the wild ram. We find this to be machlekes among Tanoim and a Bryce. The Bryce says the kvi is the wild ram. Some say it's an animal produced from the mating of a deer and a goat. Rabbi Yossi says kvi is its own unique species of animal, and the Chum could not determine whether it's a type of chay or a type of behema. Shimon Gamliel says it's a type of behema, and in Beis Dushoi they would raise herds of this. Zokner Vayter Bzer in the name of Safran, the name of Rabbi Nuna said the forest goats are valid to be brought as a carbon on the mizbeach. This is because Rabbi Nuna holds like Rabbi Yitzchak, who says that the Torah only lists 10 types of kosher animals. Since the forest goat is not listed as a chaya in the pasuk, it must be that it's truly a type of behema of the goat family. Rabbi Achar Bar Yaakov asked, why don't we say that the pasuk that lists the kosher animals says ayol utzvi, which is a prat, and then says kol behema, which is a klal, and the rule is a prat followed by a klal. The klal comes to add things to the prat, meaning that there are more than just 10 types of animals that are listed. And if this was correct, why did the pasuk need to list all these 10 types? Rather, it must be that we don't darshan this as a prat u klal. Rav Achad, the son of Rav Ika, asked, maybe these forest goats are actually one of the chayas that are listed that we are unfamiliar with what they truly are. Rav Achad, the son of Rav Rava, asked a similar question to Rav Ashi as well. The Gemara continues, Rav Chanan told Rav Ashi that a memar would permit the chaylev of the forest goat, which means that he paskin, it was absolutely a type of chaya. Abai, the son of Rav Minyon Bar Chia, asked Rav Huna Bar Chia, may the forest goats, could they be brought as carbon on the mizbeach? He answered, we only find that Rabbi Yossi and Rabbanan argue regarding the status of the wild ox. However, regarding the forest goat, everyone agrees that it's a type of goat, therefore it is fit to be brought as a carbon. Rav Achad, the son of Rav Ika, asked, maybe these forest goats are actually one of the chayas that are listed that we are unfamiliar with what they truly are. Rav Vinay asked a similar question to Rav Ashi as well. Rav Chanan told Rav Ashi that a memar would permit the chaylev of the forest goat, which means that he paskin was absolutely a type of chaya. Mishnah said, Keitzad hashoichet v'chulu. Rabbi Shai said the entire mission does not follow Rav Shimon. How do we know this? So the Gemara explains. Rav Shimon holds that a shechita that does not make the animal mutter to be eaten does not have the status of a shechita at all. Our Mishnah gives a case where both animals, the parent and the offspring, were kodshim, and they were both shechted outside the azar. And the Mishnah said that the first shechit is chayiv kares. Both animals are possible, and both shechtim get malchus. Now, according to Rav Shimon, the first shechita is not a shechita because it doesn't permit the animal to be eaten. Therefore, the shechita, the second animal, as a carbon, is not considered to be mechusas man, because it may be shechted on that same day, since the first shechita is an act of killing without the status of a shechita. If so, when the second animal is shechted outside the azar, the shechet should be chayiv kares. This shows that the Mishnah does not follow Rabbi Shimon. A second way we can prove this is from another case in the Mishnah. The Mishnah says if both animals were chulin animals and they were both shechted inside the azara, they're both possible, and the second shechit gets malchus. Now, according to Rav Shimon, the first shechita does not have the status of a shechita because the animal is also to be eaten. If so, the second shechita should not make the shechit chayiv to get malchus. A third way we can prove this from another case in the Mishnah. Mishnah says if both animals were kosher and they were both shechted inside the azara, first animal is kosher, the second and the shechit of that first animal is potter. The second animal is possible, and the shechit gets malchus. Now, according to Rav Shimon, since the shechita of a carbon does not permit it to be eaten, since it can't be eaten until after the zrika, the second shechit should not get malchus, and the animal should not be possible. Clearly, we see that the Mishnah does not follow Rabbi Shimon. In fact, more, it seems obvious that the Mishnah doesn't follow Rav Shimon, so why does Rabbi Shai have to teach us? He wanted to teach us that according to Rav Shimon, the shechita of a carbon does not have the status of a shechita that permits the animal to be eaten. Fact, the Gemara Vayta, the Mishnah says that if both animals were kosher and they were both shechted inside the azara, the first animal is kosher and the shechit is potter, and the second animal is postel and the shechit gets malchus for Yisrael's benai. Why doesn't the Mishnah say that this shechit gets a second set of malchus with a lav of loy yerotze, which includes offering a carbon that is mechusas man? And for the Gemara, the Mishnah is only discussing malchus obligations for the lav of Yisrael's benai, not for malchus incurred for other lav. The Mishnah gives the case of where both animals, the parent and the offspring, were kodshim, and that when they're both shechted outside the azar, and the Mishnah said that the first shechit is chayiv kares, both animals are possible, and both shechtim get malchus. Now, the first shechit is chayiv malchus for what? For shechting kodshim outside the azar, not for Yisrael's benai. And yet the Mishnah discusses this set of malchus. And for the Gemara, when the person is chayiv malchus for Yisrael's benai, the Mishnah does not discuss any additional malchus that he may be chayiv. When the person is not chayiv malchus for Yisrael's benai, then the Mishnah maybe does discuss other malchus that he may be chayiv. The Gemara says, Rav Zeir said, it may be that the Mishnah discusses malchus incurred for lav other than Oisios benai. The reason it did not say that the shechit is chayiv malchus for the lav of lo yerotze when the carbon was mechusas man is because the lav of mechusas man is attached to an asay. It's a nittit asay, which one for the pasuk that says miyoim hashmini v'halo yerotze, and a lav which is nittit asay does not carry malchus does not carry the malchus penalty. Fact, this pasuk of Miyom Ashmina V'Hala Yirata is needed for a different drasha of Rav Afturiki. After his drasha could be learned from the pasuk of Kain Tasa L'Sharcha L'Tzainecha. This leaves Miyom Ashmina V'Hala Yirata available to teach that the lav of to make the lav of Mechusas Man to be considered a nitik liaseh.